Come on.
Good morning, people. It is Thursday. Today is like my Friday. It's Good Friday tomorrow for all of you that celebrate it, and Easter Sunday and Easter Monday, I guess. Well, anyway, it's a very long weekend for me, which I appreciate. About last night, y'all. A little hiccup getting there. Let's just say they were not expecting me and didn't remember calling me, but that's okay because I think it was meant to be. I think I did very well. Okay. I'm a unofficial comedian, so I know how to get the giggles out and get people very relaxed. That's my strong suit. I build rapport very quickly. I read people. I read what their icks are. And if I work with you, I know your likes and your dislikes. And I know how to win you over with the sweet, sweet aromas of food. But anyway, I think it went very, very well. It is scary. It is a scary, 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 risky transition that potentially could be happening. But sorry guys. Like someone mentioned to me, I've pretty much been a risk taker. That's what I do. And knock on wood, thank your God, it is pretty much worked out for me. And if it doesn't, it's okay. It's okay. Doors will open. I firmly believe. I don't believe in, you guys know, I'm not going to keep beating it up, but I definitely feel something with me, either my ancestors or just putting out good juju into the universe and receiving good juju back. I feel like it's okay. It's okay for me to be me. It's okay to just close my eyes and engage in the trustful and realize that something somewhere or somebody got me. People, if you believe in Christianity, say I'm blessed and highly favored. If you believe in the ancestors, your ancestors are watching over you. I get solace and comfort even though it does not align with my non-belief, right? But I feel solace and comfort because I'll be grieving this for life. And even talking about it, I'm getting a little choked up. I always feel like my best friend that passed, he got me. He got me. Shout out to you, Kerry, who always wanted a daughter and passed away before he could have children, who always wanted a little girl. So hence is why my daughter name is Kerry. Best believe if there was two girls I was carrying, Kerry definitely would have been a first name. But because I had a boy and a girl and I like the names that I have chose for them, it's cute for boy-girl twins. And so, but Kerry will always have a part of me, and I immortalize you in my daughter. So I feel comfort knowing that my best friend is looking after me. And if I'm offered the opportunity, I have thought about it all night, I will take it. And if I'm not offered the opportunity, I know I made an impression. I know I made an impression. Now, you'll remember me. You'll definitely remember me. And if other situations come about and you see my name again, you'll be like, oh, we remember her. I definitely think I made my mark, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Now, I'm out of practice. It's been almost a decade. But I want to make this video about nerves and being anxious and the tells. right? So I'm an undiagnosed neurodivergent ADHD. This is what I classify myself as based on my higher education and learning and self-evaluation. I'm definitely a different thinker. I'm not the R word, but I definitely think different in my mind. And I think most millennials who were in the gifted and talented program, if you grew up in New York City and you was in the gifted and talented program, um, you're definitely on the spectrum as far as your thinking and your functioning procrastination and the anxiety that you have developed to always perform and always be an overachiever because you were labeled as such. And the anxiety it takes, the anxiety that you have developed just from fear of failure, failure to do certain things. Most of us, our workspaces are meticulous and neat, and we're extremely obsessively organized, but our personal lives don't reflect as such because that's the balance. So we might have an eating disorder where we can't control our eating, so we're overweight, or we're hoarders, or we can't maintain healthy relationships with people. There's always a give and take. We're awesome professionally, but to feel that yin and that yang spirit, we're disorganized other places. I've had family members that were stellar students, A plus plus students, valedictorian, awesome employees, but their home was a wreck. And it wasn't from time, it was just a balance. Like, you cannot sustain that level of perfection and not burn out and crash out. So I notice the signs, I fight it to maintain a clean home, but I easily, without putting in the work, can easily fall into my work being, my workplace or my work ethic or the work I pull out be stellar and just be deteriorating in my personal life and my home life. So I see that in others. I've identified it in others. I see my propensity for it, and I work really hard for it. Now, there are moments where, I've said before, I've struggled with binge eating disorder, and that's part of it too. So I wanted to talk about that. When I was meeting with the 6 people, most on 95% of them elected officials, I was talking very fast, and in part because it was like really late at night. These people have been there all night. I had a lot to say, and I didn't want to take up too much of their time because I understand how it feels. You have other people to talk to. Pretty much your night is not over yet. I could see the sleep and fatigue in them. So I was talking really fast. That is because my mind was racing 1,000 miles per hour and just trying to keep my mouth was trying to keep up. But kudos to me, I stuttered minimally. Like, you would really have to know I stuttered to notice. And when I found myself about to trip up on my words, I slowed down. But also my hands. So, when I realized I was talking fast and I could see me really blowing their minds with the amount of information, I said, I'm sorry, I'm a tad bit nervous. I'm talking fast. Let me slow down. And all of them were like, "You're nervous? You seem fine." And the only one that clocked me was the lawyer. There was a lawyer there, and she said, "Yes, the hands." And I said, and I said, I keep trying to hold them down. So I'm sitting down and my hands are crossed and I'm rubbing them to like a stim, right? So I'm stimming. So I'm rubbing my hands and I'm stimming, and just to relax myself, and I'm keeping them down, but they kept raising up. They kept going like here, right? And I wanted to keep them here, right? And she said, the lawyer said, yeah, they had hands. And I'm like, I'm trying to keep them down, but they keep wanting to go up here. And I talk in movies. I definitely talk in movies. So I'm going to explain it as Talladega Nights when Ricky Bobby wins and he's being interviewed by the press, and he goes, I don't know what to do with my hands. And the reporter was like, just keep it down. And he's like, yeah, I just drove real fast and I go real fast and like that. So I kept trying to keep my hands down and they kept coming up, but I use the rubbing of my hands as a form of stim to quell my anxiety. And although the lawyer clocked me, I want to say it's fine. You know, my old way of thinking, you know, I'm a student of learning. I like to say that all the time. My old way of thinking would be like, don't let them see you. Don't let them see you sweat, right? Don't let them see you. But that's unnatural. And just like I want the real real. You know, when they ask me questions, yeah, I know it's on paper, but tell me the real. I want to be prepared. Tell me the real. You know, tell me the ins and the outs. This is me. I want you to I'm not going to put on a persona. I'm not going to put on airs. I'm not going to first date you. I'm going to be who I am. I'm a kidder. I'm a joker. I'm going to make you laugh. If you're having a bad day and I see that, I have middle child syndrome or older child syndrome where you're not going to be in my orbit with that bad day. You're going to do your 7 or 8 hours with me and you're going to forget everything or at least push it out in the back of your mind. And you're going to have, I'm going to do my best so we have a bad day, because if your mood is messed up, you're going to bring everybody else down. And we got to be here for 8 damn consecutive hours. You know, you guys don't realize, like, you're not even home. Most of us are not even home 8 consecutive hours in a small, tiny space. So that's me. And I also was freely able to express my vulnerabilities. I don't know everything, you know. As the scene in Precious, since you went to college and you know every fucking thing. Quote Monique from Precious, the movie. No, I'm not. I am very fortunate to have grow up and be educated and have access, easy, affordable access to Al Gore and Beyonce's internet. If I don't know something, I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna Google and I'm gonna learn it. My company recently changed from the software of Adobe to the online Adobe Cloud platform, and I'm watching tutorials on YouTube to try to navigate it. Everybody else is complaining. They hate it. They don't like it. We used to be able to do this and now we can't do this. Actually, we can, and we can do it more. It's just different. So if we had to click this red button and this to do something, now we got to click this green button and this to do it. The outcome's the same. Just the way we get there is different. I'm not going to complain about upgraded software. That's just not me. I'm clay, baby. I'm clay. You put me in a square box, I'm going to be a square. You put me in a round box, I'm going to be round. I'm easily malleable and adaptable. Why I don't fight change. I don't have that sort of issue where change bothers me. You know, like we are changing. That's what happens. I'm okay with it. So I expressed that was my strong suit. I'm not scared to ask for help. I understand how to use resources to my abilities if I don't know something. And I think it went very well. I'm comfortable with it. Keep me in your thoughts. If you subscribe to that, keep me in your prayers. But I'm okay either way. I'm happy with the person. And you know, this is all a good way to learn about yourself, because how many opportunities we get in life to talk about ourselves. And to talk about yourself, you have to learn yourself. You with yourself 24 hours, 7 days a week, but we're so invested in everybody else's lives. If you have children, if you have a spouse, if you have a job, if you're part of the church, if you volunteer, if you're in the community, how much of us do we even spend time to learn about ourselves? So having these opportunities to, like, if you're gonna ask me who am I have to learn who am I. Um and I hope you guys, if this reaches you, I hope after you take the time to self-reflect and get to know you, that you're happy with what you've become, the journey you have, the ups and downs, that you find not just contentment, happiness with you. All right, everybody. Bye.